G'day YouTube, it's Brett here from Everton Gaming with you once again, and g'day the MPD Nation. Guys, if you don't know what the MPD Nation is, the link will be in the description. Definitely go check it out. Absolutely awesome at helping small channels grow. Also, thanks to the SGU, Sports Gaming Universe. Now, if you don't know what that is, the link is also in the description below. Absolutely brilliant sports gaming channel. A massive channel as well. Got one of my videos featured on there, and it is absolutely brilliant for me, and thank you so much. And welcome to anyone who's come from either the MPD Nation or SGU. I really appreciate you coming over and checking. Now, welcome back with some FIFA 13 Connected Career Mode with Newcastle United, the mighty Magpies. Now, as you can see, we're 10th now, joint on points with QPR, 2 points behind Stoke and 3 points behind Fulham. So a win here today could bring us up to 8th or 7th. We've been on a bit of a bad run of form, obviously losing to Arsenal and Man United just before Christmas. But it is the January transfer window today. It's the 1st of January. As you see, we're starting Thierry Henry up front, hoping to raise his value slightly. 1st of January today, and we've got a game against Everton before we can get into some transfers. Now, this is going to be a massive game for us. We definitely need a win. And I will tell you right now, I've pretty much played all of the January transfer window. We've got about a week left. So if you guys want me to bring in certain people, leave it in the comments below, and I'll definitely get around to trying to check them out and seeing if I've got the transfer funds available. Now, I will also say, after this game, we've got MK Dons in the FA Cup. Now, because I wanted to quickly get through the January transfer window, I simulated this match, thinking I was going to win, but unfortunately we actually lose 3-1. The freaking CPU screwed me over with a simulated game. I forgot about the simulating a game away glitch, and great save by Ruffier there. Hopefully we can get rid of this ball. Very good defending by Cabaye, but I still have the ball there, and great defending by Sakho. Sakho just ran through his man. But we're still letting them have the ball, and they play it back in, and it's 1-0 to Everton, guys. Oh, he's offside. That is very lucky for us. He just managed to get open there. But as I was saying, I forgot about the CPU glitch, that when you sim a game and you're away from home, you pretty much lose, or you're going to get a player injured. Luckily, we didn't get anyone injured, but we are out of the FA Cup. And it's definitely not what we wanted. But, hey, it allows me to focus more on the Europa League and the Premier League, because I want to win the Europa League this year, and I want to get into a spot where we can qualify for it again next year. Obviously, I need to finish 5th or 6th, I think, to get into the Europa League, and right now we're 10th, but a good run of form, and we can get into the Europa League, and that's what I'm aiming for. Now, alongside that, the next episode is going to be a special episode, because I want to get through the January transfer window quick. As I said, I've played up to 1 week before the January transfer window, the end of the January transfer window. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have around 3 or 4 games within one episode. It's still going to be around the same length, because I'm just going to edit them down to highlights, as well as highlights from the transfers. And that's because I want to get through it quickly. So tomorrow's episode, which will be Wednesday, will be a special episode. Great save by Ruffier once again there, with around 3 or 4 highlight games on it. Just to get us up to the final week of the January transfer window. And then Thursday's episode will be another game recap, which I believe is against Reading, but don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. And that will be the final week of transfers, the final game of the January transfer window, and the transfer deadline day. So definitely get names in and comments in of who you want me to sign. Definitely up for anyone, as long as they're French, remember. Now, seeing as I've explained the series a little bit at the moment, there's another thing I want to go with, and that's going to be at the end of the season. Obviously, we've still got half a season left, but I thought I'd get it out the way and tell you about it now. I'm going to do season awards. I want to know if you think this is a good idea. So at the end of the season, we're going to do a specific episode about awards for the season. So there'll be like player of the season, goal of the season, most improved, best transfer, biggest flop, all of those sort of things. But there's going to be 2 that I want you to vote on. I'm not setting up the vote right now, because obviously we've still got half a season left. When we're about 3/4 of the way through the season, I'll open up the votes. And that is, the first one will be goal of the season. Now, I'll open that up on the last couple of episodes. Goal of the season I'll put them all into a highlight video so you can vote on that as well. And then the second one I want you to vote on is Subscriber Player of the Year. And obviously that's going to be the Player of the Year award decided by you. I'm also going to have a Player of the Year award. That's going to be the Overtime Player of the Year award. And that player, and we've got a penalty here. Cabaye went through on goal and was about to smack it. But here we go. Can Cabaye put it into the top corner? Can he beat Tim Howard there? And oh, that's a poor penalty. What was Tim Howard doing? If you look on the replay in a minute, Tim Howard just doesn't put his arms out. And if he gets his arms out there, he saves this penalty from Cabaye. Look at this. Oh, what was he doing? But anyway, we're at 1-0. And as I was saying, there'll be the Subscriber Player of the Year award, which will be the one voted by you. And then there'll be the Overtime Player of the Year award, which will be the one I've decided. And hopefully we'll have different players. That will be the aim anyway. But of course, I'm not going to change who I vote for just because you vote for the same player. But they won't be opened up until the last few episodes of the series anyway. But I just want to know your opinion on having the awards. Definitely let me know in the comments below. Now, seeing as it's getting near half time, I'll speak about what's happening in real life at the moment. Now, obviously, I'm still very, very happy because, of course, on Sunday, Newcastle beat Fulham 1-0 with a 92nd minute goal from Cissé. And what a beautiful goal it was. His touch to beat the defence there. And then his finish was just absolutely amazing. And I'm pretty certain now that's kept us out of relegation. We are safe. And if you haven't seen it, go and check it out on YouTube, see the goal, and just watch Cissé's and Alan Pardew's reaction to it, and you can see how much it means to them. I complain about Pardew as much as the next guy. I don't think he uses players quite as well as he should, but I love his emotion, and the emotion he showed there when we scored was just, it was awesome, and it really meant something to Newcastle fans. You could see it. If you haven't seen it, I'll spoiler alert right now. He jumps into the crowd, hugs the crowd, and it's just absolutely awesome. And then, of course, when he's coming back, his shirt's untucked, and the fans are telling him his shirt's untucked, and he just pulls the rest of his shirt out and just is like, who cares? This is more important. And it was absolutely amazing. Go check it out on YouTube, guys. Pause this video, open a new tab. It was absolutely brilliant, and it was awesome to see. Now, obviously, on Thursday, Newcastle have Benfica in the league, in the Europa League, and we're down 3-1 at the moment, but we have got the away goal, so we need a 2-0 win to actually go through to the next round of the Europa League. Now, I still think we can do that. If you watched the game the other day, the score does not reflect how we played. Now, I completely agree, Benfica were very dominant, and I would have handled 2-1. Or 3-2, but they did not deserve to win 3-1. When we hit them with the attack, we looked dominant. We looked good and strong, but they just somehow kept us out. And mainly the post kept us out. We hit the post twice, and that was just so harsh. But we are down 3-1. But as long as he puts a strong side out and Cissé starts, we'll be able to get through it. We'll win 2-0, and especially at St James's. I'm completely fine with that. And I still think we'll be in the semi-final. And that's going to be definitely huge for us. Especially now we're pretty much guaranteed to be in the Premier League next year. Now, obviously, there's another big game coming up. And that's on Sunday. And that's obviously the 14th of April. Kicks off at 12 o'clock. I'm at work, so I'm going to miss it. So I expect you guys to tell me what happens and how they played. And I expect that to be on the video. Comments on the video on Sunday. Now, that game is Newcastle-Sunderland, and that is an absolutely huge game for Newcastle. Now, for anyone that doesn't quite know, or is not from England, or doesn't follow the Premier League or anything like that, Newcastle and Sunderland are right next to each other. It's much like, well, let's put it into baseball terms for you, or football terms, or anything like that. Newcastle and Sunderland is like the Yankees versus the Mets, or the Yankees versus the Red Sox. It's a huge rivalries game. It's basically the same city. It is literally across a river. It's crazy. And the two teams hate each other. And it's absolutely massive. And we have them on Sunday. And that's going to be a Newcastle win, guys. I'm guaranteeing it. I want to know your thoughts, what the score is going to be and who's going to win. But in my opinion, that's a Newcastle win. Now, if we win there, we put Sunderland into a very dangerous position about relegation, and we completely lift ourselves out of it. And we're going to win. G28 will get sent off, I can guarantee that as well. But we're going to pick up a win there, guys. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's absolutely huge news for Newcastle United. In real life this is, Hatem Ben Arfa will be back for the Sunderland game. Now that is massive. He wasn't supposed to be back until the end of the season. But he's had some awesome rehab. He's just been amazing, and he is back for that game. Now I don't think Pardew's going to start him. He'll come on as a sub, because let's face it, Pardew doesn't like starting him when he is fully fit anyway. But that is just major news for Newcastle, because if they ever need someone to take control of the game and just create something out of nothing, Ben Arfa's that guy, and he'll come out with something amazing. Now, obviously in this series I have got Ben Arfa up for sale, and that's because he is worth around 11 million. I want around 15 to 20 million for him. And I'm going to ask 20 million from anyone that puts an offer in for him. I'm expecting most of them to say no, he's not worth that much at all, we're going to get rid of the deal. Or I'm expecting some of them to come back with a counter offer, which is fine. Because I don't really want to sell him. He hasn't played great for me. But I just like the fact he's there and could potentially do something special for me. So I'm not 100% on selling him, but if the right offer comes in, we're selling him. Now at the end of this episode, which is in a couple of minutes, we actually do have some transfers for you, so we're going to get some underway in a sec, but hopefully we just need to defend this well. And absolutely great save by Ruffier again. He's been brilliant today, guys, and he has completely convinced me to keep him rather than going after Mandanda. He's played so strong for us the last few games, I just couldn't warrant selling him. He's an 84 at the moment, so he's definitely proven his worth. He's 26, so we'll go up to around an 86, I think, at most. Nothing special, but we're also going to look to sign Alhamada, I think it is, a young French goalie, just as a backup, because obviously we've got Steve Harper and Rob Elliott at the moment. But as you saw, we won 1-0. And there you go, you can see the MK Dons game coming up. As I've told you the score already, we do lose 3-1 on a simulated match. I haven't got any highlights or anything like that of it. I was so pissed off with the computer. But you see, we're sticking a bid in for Pogba here. 6.5 million in Overtown. I'm hoping that will go through. Pogba and Digne are my priorities here. So hopefully we can pull that one off. But let's just keep advancing here. Hopefully we can do something. Now, while we're advancing, guys, make sure to like the video, comment on it, subscribe to me, share the video on Facebook and Twitter for me, guys. I really could use it. And hopefully we can get more and more views on this. And remember, comment of the week is Saturday, so leave your comments and they may be featured. As you can see, we got a bid accepted for Lucas Digne there. He's our priority. And we're giving him a contract offer here, and hopefully he accepts it in the next episode, guys. So hopefully we can get all that underway. And in the next episode, we've got 3 or 4 games in one. It's going to be a special episode. So peace out, YouTube. We're heading into overtime.